There was a huge surplus of soybean oil to make biodiesel, and the ASA thought that it'd be a good thing to have a tax incentive. The ASA had hired Ernst & Young, a leading tax firm in Washington, D.C. For a year and a half, Ernst & Young was not able to get their foot in the door to speak with the Chief of Staff of the Senate Finance Committee. One rainy day, I was sitting in my office. I called Senator Grassley's local office. He called me back maybe half an hour later. You know, that was strictly through my ASA association. But he called me back and I told him the situation. About 2 hours later, the Chief of Staff from the Senate Finance Committee called from the O'Hare Airport. Consequently, 3 days later, I think it was, there was a meeting set up in Washington, D.C. The rest is history. Several months later, the biodiesel tax incentive legislation was signed into law.
ASA played a really key role in that, because without ASA's leadership at the national level and working to have the biodiesel mandate and the biodiesel tax credit, the industry would not have taken off.
We enacted the Renewable Fuels Energy Security Act, which set the timeline for what we see now with ethanol and biodiesel. We passed an energy bill in 2002 on an 88-11 vote in the Senate, which is extraordinary. You don't see that kind of bipartisan leadership today.
We kick-started the biodiesel industry. We made the decision to make it a priority. We got the tax credit. The bill was signed 1 month after my term ended. So the prep work had been done, and biodiesel's been absolutely crucial to our success. Totally policy, absolutely.
Without that ASA connection, the biodiesel tax incentive would not have gotten done.
I'll tell you that one of the most significant conversations I had on a Friday, part of our lobbying team, Krista Harden, called me and said, we are not going to get the biodiesel tax incentive. We have failed. Senator Grassley's office has told us no. That the only hope we have is that you have to contact Senator Grassley this weekend in person without staff and explain to him why we need to have this. We found out where he was at a meeting for someone else. I said, Senator, we need to talk to you alone for 5 minutes. I explained to him why we needed to have this. And on Monday, he went back to DC and overruled his staff and inserted the biodiesel tax credit into the bill. That is the power of ASA.
The biodiesel tax credit is added, 55 to 60 cents a bushel to soybean producers. The industry's grown. It's just added a lot to the value of the product we grow. We had the research to back us, but we as ASA and the state associations had to go to DC and explain to them that we need this to get this industry started, and it was a success.
We have a 4 billion gallon a year biodiesel industry because ASA was in a position to inform me that I needed to go talk to one particular senator on one particular day. You don't know when those days or when those calls are going to be there. You have to have the organization in place, but if you're going to have a breakthrough and do something really, really different, really important, you need the personal contact. That's what we do. That's what the organization does.